converting the data into the serial form, it transfers it to the outside devices, that is peripheral devices. Let us discuss about the architecture of 8251, that is Usart. Here you can see on the right hand side we have the transmit buffer and transmit control, where the control signals like transmit TXD, transmit ready, transmit empty, and transmit control TXC, all the control pins are available. And apart from the transmit, we will also have the receiver buffer and receiver control, where we have the control signals for these receiving also. On the left hand side, you can see like we'll be having data bus buffer, that is from D0 to D7, and read write control logic, where we can perform read and write, clock, reset, control selection, etc. And main part of the architecture is modem control. Here we will be having the data set, data transmit, and control read set and receiver transmit, etc. In this architecture, first we will discuss about the data bus buffer. This block helps in interfacing the internal bus of 8251 to the system data bus. The data transmission is possible between the 8251 and CPU by the data bus buffer block. Next is read or write control logic. It is the control block for the overall device. It controls the overall working by selecting the operation to be done. The operation selection depends upon the input signals such as control selection, C or D, ready, write. So depending upon the control logic of these 4 pins, the operation will be performed like invalid or data transmit from the CPU to Usart or data transmitter from Usart to CPU. So the status will be intimated here. Next is modem control. It is also called as modulator or demodulator, a device that converts the analog signal to the digital signals and vice versa, and it helps the computer to communicate over the telephone lines or cable lines. The following are the active low pins of the modem, that is DSR, which is data set ready signal, and DTR, data terminal ready, which act as an output signal. CTS, it is the input signal which controls the data transmit circuit. And finally RTS, it is a output signal which is used to set the status RTS. Next we will discuss about the transmit buffer and transmit control. This block is used for parallel to serial converter that receives a parallel byte of conversion into a serial signal and further transmission onto the common channel. Where TXD, it is the output signal. If the value is 1, the transmitter will transmit the data. And whereas in transmit control, you can find the control pins like TX, RDY. It means transmitter is ready to transmit the data character. And TX empty, TXC stands for indicates that the transmitting cable, the transmitting side is empty now. And if TXC, it stands for the lower input, which means it is ready to control the data to be transmitted. The last one is receive buffer and receive control. Here you can find RXD, which receives the data, and RXRDY indicates that it is ready to receive the data. And last one is RXC. It is an active low input signal which controls the data transmission rate of the received data. And last one you can find here is interrupt controller. Apart from the Usart, we have the controllers like interrupt controller, DMA controller, and keyboard and display controller. In the next video lecture, we will discuss the 3 types of controllers deeply. Thank you.